Hi friends, it's Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I'm here with you guys today for an August 2020 love reading for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So just a little bit of a switch up of what I said I was going to do in the August generals. I was planning on splitting my signs to put out 6 readings for just sort of a prosperity report, and then 6 readings on love. And after much meditation, I realized that I really want to go ahead and commit to the love readings on the monthly. So let's go ahead and get one of those out for each of my signs. And I am pulled to start with my water signs. So here we are, Cancers. I hope you guys are doing well. I do recommend that you check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. There's information, there's a link in the description box below if you guys want to come up with a natal chart for yourself so you can see what other signs are dominant there. Also in the description box, you will find information if you want to book a personal reading with me. We can do tarot, astrology, or a combination of the two. I also do offer lessons on my website, and stay tuned. Beginning September 1st, I am going to be launching a Patreon Tarot 101 course. You can find out about that here on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. All the information you need is below. Also, you guys, quick shout out, if you are curious about the decks that I use on my channel, there is a link below where you can go to my website, look at all of the decks that I use, and actually go straight to Amazon and place an order for any of those that you are interested in. So I'm really excited to be building that website, getting to know you guys a little bit better, and I'm so happy to have you along for a ride. I am going to apologize for the dishwasher running in my background, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. Cancer, I love this energy so much. Both of these coming out together. This is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. By the way, real quick, I want to let you know there will be an extended reading to this. The link to that is also below. If you guys want to check it out, I will be using an erotic tarot deck in the extended, so if you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to, obviously, okay? So we have new beginnings, and I love these bright colors here. Like, it really... And they're over here too, in the clouds. Okay, I got you. All right, so I feel like the space that you guys are feeling in right now is many of you are very aware of the growth and the healing that you've been doing. And it's allowing you to shine in this really beautiful way. Venus did also just move into Cancer on the 7th. And so that's a nice little boost of energy for the love life, okay? My Venus is in Cancer, so I'm really happy about this placement right now. But the reason I'm feeling this, you guys, look at this very strong orange, very strong yellow, very strong blue, and then this right here, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. All of the chakras are lit up here, okay? The orange and the yellow are most prominent, which makes me feel that part of whatever new beginning you guys are breaking out into right now has to do with you've done some emotional healing. That your path forward, your potential path forward was being blocked by some sort of memories that were residing in that sacral chakra, okay? So it was actually keeping you from being creative, and that creativity, once you did that healing and once you unlocked that, that kind of is allowing you to move forward with the solar plexus chakra, okay? So if I ran through that too fast, my quick summary is the sacral, you guys have been doing some healing, okay? The sacral chakra is where we store our emotional memories, whether they are from this life or past lives. Even some ancestral and generational patterns can kind of end up being stored there. All right? I mean, like, we spend the first 9 months of our existence on Earth, like, right up against our mother's sacral chakra. So sometimes we end up inheriting some emotional baggage, right? So anyways, that kind of work, I feel so good. Like, wow, I got the phrase, the valley of the shadow of. We have to talk later. Sorry, I just noticed a detail. Okay, that might come into play here. I just noticed a detail on my wall calendar that literally, we're like 2 weeks into August and I did not see that jaguar there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. This right here, Spirit has just dubbed the Valley of the Shadow of the Death. You guys have been through it. Some sort of ego death, right? But also I feel like you guys had to drag yourselves through this place of darkness in order to get to this point where you're ready to move forward now, okay? And this, by the way, all has to do with love. So we got a little tinge of purple there, making sure that you know you're connected to the all. We have some beautiful third eye, and that blue is the throat chakra, speaking your truth. Some of you guys, throughout your journey through this valley, you learned a lot of lessons about speaking up and communicating, and like this theme that I keep coming across over and over again, not only in life but in my readings lately, has been about the ways in which society makes us afraid to speak up, right? Society makes us feel, especially if you were raised as a female. In American society, we especially are taught that it's our job to make the people around us comfortable. And sometimes we silence ourselves because we don't want to create that discomfort in others. Meanwhile, that discomfort like stirs up chaos within ourselves. So, you guys have done so much good work, and there's definitely still farther to go. All right. And this last leg of your journey, I feel like is going to be especially emotional. All right. Like when you get down into those emotional memories and you begin to heal any sort of past trauma, regardless of whose or what life it came from, it's almost as if that trauma is really like at home. It's like comfortable. Like it's not going to have to leave unless you kick it out. Right. And so it's almost like our ego wants to like fight us on trying to liberate it from our past trauma, right? We want to liberate ourselves from this old stuff, and sometimes it feels like it's fighting you back, like it doesn't want to be liberated. Also, they want me to talk about the fact that, and there's just a lot of wave energy going on, about the waves happening in cycles, that trauma healing, relationship healing, heartbreak healing, none of that goes in a straight line. It's like, oh, I'm so healed and I'm so ready to get out there, and then whoop, you run into something that kind of loops you back around. And that's okay, because it's not a wheel, my darlings. It is a spiral. You're not just going around and around and around on the same plane. Every time you come back around to that, you elevate, right? This is your ascension. It's like a freaking roller coaster ride. Google the Zambezi Zinger. This is a roller coaster that I used to ride when I was a child, and it actually, when it was at Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, and now it's like somewhere in Colombia or Venezuela or somewhere like that. And it's so like, when I realized that roller coaster was still in existence, I'm a roller coaster junkie, by the way. I Googled it on YouTube, and you can actually like you can see the roller coaster. You can see the view of people riding the roller coaster. And that was one of the things that I loved, is at the very, very beginning, the way that you get to that very first drop is you just slowly go around this column, this spiral, this helix, right? So understand that as much as the light is really beginning to break over the valley of the shadow of death or doubt or heartbreak or whatever it is you guys have been going through, as much as the sun is beginning to break on the horizon here, understand that there will also still be times that require courage. And this, by the way, look at all that water. It's emotional courage, you guys. But what it's talking to me about is water breaking against rock. So emotions being spoken or addressed or in a way that goes up against your reality. Does that make sense? To me, this can really mean like having to establish a boundary. Like, no, you are not allowed to treat me that way emotionally, right? Okay. So it's, yeah, that's okay. So the energy that I'm getting is, like I said before, the way that the world tells us to keep our mouths quiet because we don't want to make anybody around us uncomfortable. That is what the earth is here to contain the sea. And what you guys are going through right now is this moment where the sea is like, I will not be contained. And the sea is, of course, your emotional self, your emotional body, your emotional truths. All right. Wow. I kind of wonder if this is for those of you who are in a pairing right now, like if you're partnered or not partnered. But I really feel like it could be a very pertinent message for either situation. So I'm going to poke around at my incense real quick. and get a real quick smudge on my Bianco Nero deck. And then I am going to kind of see what she's got for us. Thank you guys so much again for being here. And just a quick reminder, if you guys are interested in any of these decks, you can follow the link to my site where you can see pictures of all the decks. I think I'm gonna write up little blurbs, just kind of a get to know me kind of thing. And yeah, you can check these out. I love this Bianco Nero deck, and look at this. We have the rocks. There we go. We have these rocks. I'm gonna turn off autofocus because it works better when it's not on. All right, yeah, and you see how the water behind it is no longer rocky. That water is smooth because in this process, a truth or a realization comes to you. It might just be the communication, because look at how like dramatic this scene is. You still got all of that chakra energy, but somehow like it's being clouded. Okay, it's being clouded because you can see all those rainbow colors. All these rainbow colors, honey, they're still there in the sky. But whenever you go up against whatever this energy is that wants to silence you or is not allowing you to express your emotions, you got to remember all those bright lights are just there behind those clouds. All right, so what we've got, this is almost a very chaotic scene. Like you can tell that it's like, for some of you guys, it might be an actual earth sign in your life, okay, or somebody who is a permanent, semi-permanent fixture in your life. All right, this is chaos. Y'all want different things. They want to be stubborn and you want to be expressive. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Cancers are naturally very expressive, okay? But sometimes it comes out in a way that, say it with me, makes other people uncomfortable. And it's not fair to do that to yourself, Cancers. It's not fair for us to do that to ourselves, okay? So what happens is this sword is you just being like, you know what? You know what? This is my communication. This is my boundary. This is my broken heart. Whatever it is that you need to communicate. It calms those waters. Do you see that now? It's like you still have the clouds there. Do you guys see that? I just cut the deck and that came out. So you're definitely a part of our reading. And I think you are also. I haven't even shuffled this. Okay, because you see how he's standing on that rock, looking out over the calm waters. I'm gonna turn this stupid thing back on. And now he's making plans. This is the moment where you realize what this journey was for. How it's not just to claim this truth and make this statement, whatever this Ace of Swords moment is, that is you're being given the opportunity to create this Ace of Swords moment, okay? And once you've done that, new opportunities open up to you. Now, you're not stuck down. See how from this perspective, you can't really see past the mountains. You can just kind of see that there's water over there, right? No, this is a much higher perspective. This guy's on top of the mountains. He's looking at all of the water. He's looking at his entire emotional landscape. And I think he's like, you know what? I'm gonna start speaking up for myself more often. I love that. I love that, Cancers. And like, I'm not trying to be like I told you so, but if you go back to like December, Cancers, have these readings not been about you guys beautiful? I'm gonna leave that here. You guys standing up for yourself, speaking your truth. This is something that a lesson that I really had to work on. And in fact, I don't know if anybody's into spell jars. I do spell jars with oil, but they're always on myself, right? And so it's this, I have this spell jar back in my room, and it is the I fill my cup first jar. And literally I go in there and I shake it up, and I remember that in all of my relationships, it's important for me to fill my cup first. Otherwise, I cannot be a source of nourishment to others. I'm gonna have them come into a dry well. All right? Yes, yes, yes. You're done with that, okay? Yeah, you're done with any relationship that does not, and like I said, you gotta fill your cup first. And then once your cup is full, pay attention to the relationships and the people you engage with and who empties those cups. who empties those cups or excites them so much that they overflow and that they spill out. Sometimes we can be like pouring our cup out to somebody and they're literally like just watching it seep into the soil. They're not trying to get that back to us. Y'all are done. You're done. If somebody is not trying to, oh my God, look at that imagery. This is what we got back. We got these rough waters back, okay? These are relationships. Yeah, you see how he's looking out over these, like I said. This guy is at higher ground, higher perspective. This Ace of Swords moment, Cancers. This is a love reading, okay? It's about the energy that is required and the process that's going on to allow love to flow through your life in a nourishing rather than a destructive way. Look at the way this river is moving through those mountains, nourishing every part of it. This is the new beginning that you guys are ready for. But you gotta get out of this energy first, okay? So you get your Ace of Swords moment, you're seeing things from a higher perspective, and now this is what's happening. You're beginning to analyze the boats that carry you across the water with other people, and the boats are the relationship, the relationship dynamic, right? So like if he wants to go hang out with like his cousin, there's a boat that they're going to get into, and that boat is their relationship, okay? How do you feel when you're in that boat? Is it a scary ride? Is it a calm ride? Is the boat leaking? Do you want to jump out? Do you get thrown out of the boat, right? That's what this dude is doing. He's like, you know, come to think of it, whenever I'm talking to my mom or my father or my girlfriend or whoever, you know what I mean? He's analyzing all the different relationships and what it feels like to be in that interaction with somebody and whether or not there's any holes in that boat. Okay? Places where your cup, Cancer, is leaking out, or maybe somebody else's emotions are leaking into you and threatening to sink your boat. All right? Okay, so this Two of Pentacles is actually almost like a weighing of options, of perspectives, of opinions. As he begins to identify, and this is still you, other relationships that may be just a little too tumultuous to you. Okay, now before this guy came out, look who we had. I was talking about how this goes all the way back to December, Cancer. Okay, death is, in our mind, you think of it as just in a moment. Oh, look, something died. No, but death is a process that takes time. Okay, death is a process that takes time, and always makes room for new birth and new beginnings. Oh my God, you guys, I love this. So when it comes to love for you guys, you are on the path that will bring you the love that you deserve, because I think you and the universe are both tired of this nonsense. Not getting back what it is that you put in to your relationships, okay? So I promised you guys I'm going to use an erotic tarot deck. I'm going to use the Decameron Tarot, which I absolutely love and adore, to explore this a little bit deeper in the extended reading. But there's no reason everybody over on Vimeo should have all the fun, so I am going to go ahead and kind of pull out a little bit of a teaser before I wrap this up with you guys. Uh-oh, and I already something that flipped. Stand forth. Yes, I love that, you guys. I'm so ready for this for you. This is the Three of Swords reversed. Whatever all this crashy water is all about, whatever this inner emotional tumult is that you guys are going through, this path forward unlocks that heartache. There's a lot of heart healing. And it's so funny because you see how he's like peering in that little keyhole. It's almost like the heart healing makes available to you this whole new perspective. All right, so like I said, we're going to get into that a little bit further in the extended reading at the link below. I hope to see you guys there, but if I do not, I will see you very, very soon back here again. All right, take care, my Cancers.